morning. We're going to continue adding and subtracting algebraic fractions and look at ones that are a wee bit harder than the ones we did yesterday. So let's start with the one on the board. 2x plus 1 all over 2 minus x minus 1 over 3. Now we agreed that we could only add or subtract fractions if we had the same denominator. And at the moment we don't. The denominator in the first part is 2 and the second fraction is 3. So the first task is to make sure we have the same denominator. Now do you remember what we did yesterday? We took the larger of the two numbers, so that's 3, and I'm going to write down the stations of the 3 times table until we have a number that they both divide into. So if I start with stations of the 3 times table, 3, 6, and there we are. 2 divides into 6 and so does 3. It's on the 3 times table. So 6 is the lowest common multiple. So what we want is the denominator to be 6. So let's start by changing the denominator to 6. Now we had a denominator of 2 and we have multiplied it by 3. Now you can look back at yesterday's video if you're unsure. Going to how to multiply the bottom by 3 to get 6, so I must do exactly the same to the top. So that would be 3 times 2x plus 1. Now let's turn our attention here. We had a denominator of 3 and we've now got a denominator of 6. So what have we done there? We multiplied it by 2. So we need to do exactly the same to the top. Whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. So it would be 2 times x minus 1. Now I've got a bracket down there. There's no bracket at the top. You could bracket it here too. Might be an idea to start with bracketing that. And then multiplying by 3 in this case and multiplying by 2. Okay, now we have the same denominator, so now we can subtract. Be very, very careful. I would suggest that you set it down as always exactly like I am asking you to. Don't try and be quick and go to this line. Otherwise, you're more likely to make a mistake. That would be 3 times 2x plus 1 minus 2 times x minus 1. And then you've got to expand the brackets and collect like terms. That type of thing we've done many times together in the classroom. So let's do that. Let's take our first bracket. 3 is going to multiply each term inside. So 3 times 2x, 6x. 3 times plus 1 would be plus 3. Now be very, very careful here. This is minus 2 out here. That negative 2 is going to multiply each term inside. So be careful whenever you're dealing with negatives. Negative 2 times x minus 2x. Really careful. Negative 2 times negative 1 plus 2. So a very common mistake there. Now we can start to collect like terms. Now it's not a baby thing to encircle your terms, so that we're not getting the sign wrong. So 6x minus 2x, that's 4x, plus 3 plus 2 would be plus 5, all over 6. And that's your final answer. Now the things to be wary of, I would suggest that you do this line and then this one, and then put it all over that. Be very careful there because you're multiplying through by a negative. Okay, number 2, another fraction to add. 5 over x minus 1 plus 2 over x minus 4. Now the denominators are different again and we can't add them until we have the same denominator. Before we even begin here, I'm going to put a bracket around these. And sometimes there is a bracket there, sometimes they're not. It makes no difference, but I'm going to put a bracket here. Now, when we had a number 1, we had a denominator of 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is 6. We made 6 the denominator. So here, we will just multiply the denominators together to get a new denominator. So let's do that. I'm going to make my denominator x minus 1 times x minus 4. I've multiplied the denominators together. X minus 1 times x minus 4. Now again, what have I done to my denominator here? I've multiplied it by x minus 4, So I do the same to the top, 5 times x minus 4. What have I done to my denominator here? I had x minus 4, and I now have x minus 1 times x minus 4. I multiplied it by x minus 1. So I do exactly the same to the top here. Now I have the same denominator again. I would suggest you do that and do not go straight from the first line to this. Now that we know we have the same denominator, we can add them. So it's 5 times x minus 4 plus 2 times x minus 1. Now there's no need to multiply out the brackets in the bottom line there. We just leave it as x minus 1 times x minus 4. What we are going to do is multiply out the top and gather like terms. So if we do that, that would be 5x minus 20, and here plus 2x minus 2. The number outside here is plus 2 times negative 1 gives me negative 2. So I'm going to encircle my terms, and that would be 5x plus 2x is 7x, negative 20 minus 2 is negative 22, all over x minus 1 times x minus 4, and that's your answer. Okay, now I'm going to make this, I'm going to do a third one, but all that I'm going to do here is to change it to a subtraction. So I'm going to change this to number 3, and I'm going to change this to a minus. And let's see what effect that has all the way down. So 5 over x minus 1 minus 2 over x minus 4. I need the same denominator. I've multiplied x minus 1 times x minus 4. Again, this is still right here, but when I get to this stage here, this is important. So you have to be really careful. If it was a subtraction, that would become minus 2x. So minus 2x, and that negative 2 times negative 1 would become plus 2. So when I'm collecting like terms this time, 5x minus 2x, that would be 3x. And negative 20 add 2 would be negative 18. And again, no need to multiply out the bottom denominator there. But be very, very careful if it's a subtraction. Okay, now what I would like you to do is in your textbook to do pages 93 to 94. And I would like you to do questions 6, 7 and 8. Questions 6, 7 and 8. It's a continuation of the exercise we started yesterday. It's a difficult exercise, but remember you can go back and look at the videos again. You can stop them and replay them. Doing really very well under very difficult circumstances, it's important that you keep working hard. Now, as always, I want you to do these the way that I have set them down, really important. I want you to check your textbook, so please do check your answers, and please do get in touch with me in Microsoft Teams if you need help. Thank you very much, you're doing really well. Keep going. Thank you.